Hi guys, Going Green Mom here with another Foodie Friday. I am back to using the Instant Pot and chopping onions for you guys. We are going to make some chili today, and this is going to be all done in the Instant Pot. You know, another great thing about the Instant Pot is that there's one thing to wash. Well, I take that back. There's the cutting board and the knife and the Instant Pot lighter. That's really all there is to wash. So I guess I stirred with something, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I am just dicing up this onion, and I will get it in the pot with a little bit of oil to start cooking. Before I put the meat in there, I am going to use a pound of ground beef. If you've been around here before, you realize that I do get my meat straight from the butcher when I'm talking about beef, and that meat comes from a farm within my family. So, I know how those animals have been treated and what has gone into producing that meat. And I do think that's something that is always good to pay attention to. But it is one of those things. I realize not everybody has access to that. Highly recommend trying to seek out a farmer in your area where you can get good fresh meat from. I know in terms of histamine, the butcher that we use does not leave their meat hanging. I guess some places will hang meat for like 2 weeks before they actually cut it up. And that entire time it is producing histamine. And they do not do that where we go. They still hang it up, but it is not nearly 2 weeks. It's not even a week, honestly. And that doesn't cause problems with tenderness or anything with the meat. So, back to today. We are making chili. It is not going to look quite like the chili that I grew up with. By the way, there was no ice cream harmed in the making of this video. One of my kids had left that on the freezer, so I just stuck it there when I pulled the meat out. And as per usual, if you are majorly having issues with histamine, you would want to cook this meat from frozen. And I would suggest you doing that before you put the rest of this stuff in there. Because you can cook meat from frozen in the Instant Pot. At that point, do like 30 to 35 minutes on high pressure, and it should be cooked. I haven't done a whole lot of ground beef because my kids don't like the texture of the ground beef done in the Instant Pot. So I do typically thaw the ground beef just a bit. This was for like 6 hours. And honestly, I cook it from frozen and just use a lid. But I can't cook it on the stove in a cast iron pan and dump it in here on the video. So, it's not an issue to put frozen meat straight out of the freezer into my pan and cook it with a lid on a little bit. And at that point, I'm having to scrape layers off as it cooks. But it all gets done, and it all gets done quickly. Whereas this has thawed, so it has developed a bit more histamine, but not a ton. At least not a ton for me. Let's put it that way. So anyway, other things going into this. I'm using fire roasted diced tomatoes. I am using regular diced tomatoes. I am using tomatoes with green chilies. I am using a small can of tomato sauce. I am using 2 cans of cannellini beans. I do typically choose cannellini beans because they are one of the lower lectin varieties of bean, whereas kidney beans are one of the highest, if not the highest. And typically, if you were to buy like chili beans in the store, They are made with either a white bean or a kidney bean. White beans, I believe, are not all that dissimilar to the cannellini beans. However, for whatever reason, my Aldi's lately has not had chili beans in stock. That would actually be possibly a preferred method if you can get a brand that doesn't use white beans instead of kidney beans, because then it would have the chili powder and stuff in there, and the lectins from that would be neutralized with the Instant Pot. However, they did not have chili beans. They did have a packet of chili seasoning, which you don't see me using because, well, when I turned it over and looked at the ingredients, it contains wheat flour and barley flour and soy flour. So it went over to be donated. In place of that, I am just chopping up some of those jalapenos you have seen me use, that are jarred and have been stored in the refrigerator. I should really get around to just chopping the entire jar and then freezing them, like in small quantities in the freezer. But I haven't done that. So this is what we've got, and this is what we're dealing with. Now, so much of this has lectins in it, so obviously you want to put it on high pressure. Typically, I do 5 minutes if I just need to kill lectins, but it just seemed like if something would cook all day on the stove, I should cook it for more than 5 minutes in the Instant Pot. So I did it for 10. I know, it's crazy. As per usual, I am using one of my Norwex travel cloths to chill the steam out so it doesn't completely fog up the camera or get on my cabinets up above. And it's really done, y'all. That's all there is to it. Talk to you later. Lunch is ready.